Okay, we're going to try something new. So instead of us doing this in class, you guys will be responsible for watching this video and completing your reflection portion of your MyFitnessPal project. So what you're going to need is your iPad, and you're going to need to pull up your daily log that you should have logged 3 days in. That's what you see here. And you're also going to need your packet. So what you need to do is flip open to the second page where it says Step 3 Results and pull up this part of your MyFitnessPal tracking. You want to make sure you're at day 1. So we're looking at chart 1 in our packet, and it's saying totals, what we ate, the goal that MyFitnessPal set for us, and how many you have left over, whether it's calories or grams. Then you see it's broken down into categories. So your calories, your proteins, your fiber, your sugar, your fat, and your sodium. So this is what we're looking at here. Okay, so now looking at this, you're going to have to fill that chart in. So up top, it says my calories remaining 43. So that would be how many calories I have left. Then you see my goal and what I actually ate. So my goal was 1,446. So you're going to put that in goal under categories. And then food is actually what I ate. So that would be my totals. Then looking at my carbs, my fat, and my protein, you see here. So my goal was carbohydrates 50%. I actually consumed 54%. My fat as well was 18 when I should have consumed 20. And my protein, I consumed 28% of my calories from here when it should have been 30. So to find out the exact numbers for your chart, you're going to click on nutrients. And it's going to pull up all of this. So as you can see, my fat, it says my total, 29 grams. My goal was 32, so which means I have 3 left over, 3 grams. So you're going to fill that into the chart under fat, where it says fat right there. Okay, day 1. Then you're going to come back to here, and you're going to look for your total carbohydrates. So my total was 203. My goal was 181, so which means I went over my carbs 22 grams. So you would fill that in your chart. And do the same thing. Protein, 103 was my total. My goal was 108, so I still had 5 grams left over of protein that I could have consumed. You're going to look for fiber. You're going to look for sugar, so sugar's right there. You'll see 76 grams total. My goal was 49, so I went way over sugar. So in the reflection, you're going to want to think about that. What happened and what foods were I eating that had way too much sugar in it, okay? And continue on with your fat and your sodium, which you also will see here. So that's part 1. You're going to fill that in for day 1, day 2, and day 3. To get back to your chart right here, you're going to need to look at this, okay? So where it says chart 2 on your packet, right here, chart 2, day 1, day 2, and day 3, you're going to be filling in the percentages that you had. So we look up here, this is day 1. So I consumed 54% from carbs, 18% from fat, and 28% from protein. So just as you see this pie graph right here, you're going to copy that for day 1 here, okay? Then you're going to do the same thing for day 2. So what you would do is come back up here, so this is day 1, go to day 2, and you're going to complete the same process with chart 1 and chart 2. So again, for day 2, here's my totals for my calories. Looking here, you're going to click on nutrients, get the rest of all your totals and what you ate and your goals from this chart. Okay, come back here, go back up to your pie graph, and you're going to copy this graph and post it in day 2 here. Okay. Now up here where it says chart 2, you're going to list your goals for carbs, fats, and protein. And where you can find that is back at your pie graph here. So my goals were 50% from carbs, 20% from fats, and 30% from protein. So this day I was spot on. Everything was exactly as it needed to be. Okay, now what you actually consumed is the first percentage. What your goal is your second percentage. Okay, so you're going to complete this process for days 1, day 2, and day 3. So this whole page should be completed after you're done with that. Then you're going to flip over to the next page. You're going to be answering these questions looking at your MyFitnessPal results, okay? So it's going to ask you, what areas are you doing well? What areas are you doing poorly? Then you're going to look at, did you consume foods with saturated fats, yes or no? So how would we figure that out? We would figure that out by coming back over here, clicking here, nutrients, Saturated fats. Okay, so there's saturated fats. I consumed 5 grams. My goal was 15, so I didn't do too bad with saturated fats. Now remember, our saturated fats is our bad fat, so that's why that number, our goal, is so low. Okay? Looking back at your reflection, you're going to continue answering these questions. Okay, it asks you about sodium. Why do we need to stay away from sodium? You guys should know that. Looking here, now we're going to be looking at sugar. So it breaks it down day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, and it's going to ask you how many grams. So now you're going to go back and find foods that were high in sugar. So we're going to come here. Okay, there we see our sugars. I consumed 36 grams. My goal was 49, so I was under this day. But now how are we going to figure out what foods we were eating that had sugar? Okay, so let's do this. You're going to click on Add to Diary. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to go back. Okay, then you're going to click on this little fork icon when you're on your day. You're going to come here, and it breaks it down calories. You need to click on your food to find out if it had sugar or not. So this one had 4.8 grams of sugar. Excuse me. Okay, so my banana had 4.8 grams of sugar. So for day 1, under apple, I'll put banana. Grams, 4.8 grams, okay? You're going to continue that process by clicking on all of your foods that you ate. My egg whites, sugars, 0, so I wouldn't have to add that. Okay, continue. Oatmeal. Did it have sugars? Sugars, 5 grams. So I would come over here. Oatmeal, 5 grams, okay? Now it's going to ask you here to star your natural sugars, and your natural sugars are okay. They're coming from our fruits and our vegetables and milk, okay? So see up there? So star those foods. We talked about food groups, so you should know which foods fit into those food groups. Okay, now if you had a junk food maybe, I'm not sure if I have one for day 1, but you're going to find something that probably has a lot of sugar. So for example, our pop, okay? So let's say Orange Crush Pop was in here. It's not, but if it was, you would put Orange Crush Pop, how many grams of sugar were in it, and then you would continue on. Would you star that? Probably not, because it's not natural sugar. It's not coming from fruits, vegetables, or milk. Okay? Then you look down here after you complete day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, you're going to total up your grams of sugar, and then you're going to shade in the amount of teaspoons you consumed. Now remember, you're going to take the total grams divided by 4, and that's how many teaspoons, just like in our drink sugar lab. And you're going to shade in how many teaspoons of sugar you would have consumed in 3 days. Okay, and that should complete your reflection page on this. Then you're just going to finish this page. Okay, this is just your reflection on this project and how well you think you're eating. Based on your MyFitnessPal results, you're going to want to make some changes in your diet probably, and you're just going to tell me what you think about that, okay? So finish that, and then you're done. You should have your packet completely completed. If you have any questions, you can ask me in class. This is going to be due on Thursday, so you have the entire week to complete this and turn it in by Thursday. Good luck, and I hope you guys learned some good stuff.